Even after I tell you this strategy, 99% of you still aren't gonna do it because it's hard and it actually requires some impulse control. So for the 1% that are still here, let's get into it. So my whole strategy revolves around content, videos like this, and obviously I've talked about this before, but this is a little bit different. Where I see people go wrong with this is they post videos like this, but they're pitching in every single video. And they don't even have an audience yet. And I totally get it. You don't want to be a social media influencer or a YouTuber or whatever. I get it. That's why I'm saying this requires some impulse control. It requires some delayed gratification, because if you can't be willing to put in some work and post some videos without getting direct sales from them, this is not gonna work. And that's the really tough thing about the time we're in right now, is a lot of businesses, they wanna do business things, myself included. But if you're able to create and just give value for a little bit without trying to pitch your stuff, it really is gonna build up that trust with the audience. And I would argue a lot of people are just gonna start buying your stuff without you even having to ask. But yes, of course, eventually you're gonna make the ask and there's gonna be a huge payoff. But for now, you just need to build that trust, build up that catalog, and really you can share whatever. It doesn't have to be like value education. For me, I'm just learning, I'm teaching what I'm learning along the journey, which I'm sure to some people is valuable just in terms of building their own confidence of being like, okay, well, this guy clearly has no idea what he's doing either, and he's making things work. Or, you know, I'm kind of going through the steps. A lot of people seem like they don't understand the steps, or they're like, well, how do I get my first customer? And I had the same thing. So when I kind of figured it out, you know, I'm able to share it here. And I do think that's valuable for people. And that's what made me think of it, because I was looking for somebody doing exactly this. But the key here is to approach this in a leveraged way. Now, what do I mean by that? Basically, you want to either make it something like a personal brand or something that's education based around your business. Because if you're just doing entertainment videos or anything like that, it's going to be really hard to sell to your audience when it comes time, or they may not be attached to you at all. But at least if you're teaching knowledge, eventually they will associate you with the value that you've provided and the results that they've gotten on their own by taking their advice, therefore making them more willing to buy something if you want to sell it. And also you're already solving problems for that audience. So when you sell something that also solves those problems, it's, you know, it's kind of a no-brainer. And here's kind of where I differ from the normal path. A lot of people would be like, okay, well, you should make videos educating business owners on copywriting and, you know, copywriting tips videos and things like that. And while that probably is true, and it probably would get me a lot more direct leads and things like that, I still don't really have a fail-safe strategy, because let's say AI takes over copywriting and nobody cares anymore. I don't think it will, but let's just say that happens. Then I'm screwed, because my entire thing, my whole online persona, my entire brand, everything was centered around the fact that I was a copywriter. And also, I was still a newer business in that niche. Yes, I have succeeded with businesses in the past and things like that, but this is a completely brand new niche to me. I've just gotten good at copywriting over the years. But because it's so new to me, obviously I can execute on it well, but I haven't thought through a lot of these really detailed strategies that I could actually share in a video. So I figured it would be a lot easier to document. That way it's just centered around me, the entrepreneur, rather than my actual business. And that allows me to pursue any business that I want. Yes, this could be a recipe for disaster, because if you've seen any of my videos, you know I'm a chronic business switcher. I love it. But I'm committed to copywriting. It's just kind of a fail-safe thing, and to make videos without necessarily being an expert on a topic. But that's essentially my entire strategy. And the reason people aren't doing this is because it takes a lot of videos and a lot of time. And granted, if you try harder than I do, where I just kind of talk to the camera and do no editing, you can probably get results a lot faster, especially if it's something really specific that you're teaching people. But if you're getting 5 views and you're trying to pitch to people every single video, yes, you can put the links in your description, but it's so much more important to give first. And really, even for me, I'm just kind of documenting. I'm not necessarily giving. But like I said, I'm sure a lot of people have gotten value out of these videos, and it'll help me in the future. And the reason I'm making this video is because my strategies on these types of things change all the time. But this is one constant that I know will work. Also, I was just editing this video and I wanted to add this, but when I first started my Instagram account, I was doing all these mini chat call to actions for my lead magnet, and it seemed logical. Like, okay, if a video blows up or does super well, then a lot of people will see that call to action and they'll download my lead magnet. But what I realized is I need to just get an audience first, because then I don't need to worry about if the reels are doing well, because the audience that I already have there will see my call to action. So it's more worth just giving away good content to actually start building that audience. And then you have more people that will see your call to action, and they already have a previous experience, they have previous record of watching you. So they already trust you a lot more than if the first time they ever see you is you trying to sell to them. But the TLDR is start YouTube and actually give people good videos. That's pretty much it. And yes, I've made like 3 videos in a row about this, but it's so crucial. And I love seeing all the comments about it. I appreciate everybody hopping on the wave, and I'm seeing people say they got inspired to start a channel. That makes me very happy. Good stuff. I honestly just think it's fun having a little community of entrepreneurs, and we're all trying to make it together. It's super cool. So anyway, hopefully you use the strategy. I know it's a long-term bet and it's very simple. This probably didn't need to be that long, but it'll work, okay? It'll be worth it. This is for people playing the long game. Don't play the short game. Let's play the long game, build the foundation, and build something awesome.